Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving straight into a truly chilling, slow-burn horror narrative that takes a totally mundane late-night task and turns it into an absolute masterclass in escalating terror. We're going to deconstruct how our digital spaces, the ones we constantly retreat to for comfort and distraction, can be violently and terrifyingly breached. Just picture this for a second. You open your laptop in a pitch-black room. The glow of the screen is the only thing lighting up your face, and you see this exact, horrifying subject line waiting for you in an unsent message. Observations from under the bed. It immediately shatters any illusion that you're alone, right? It's a brilliant, incredibly unsettling hook that perfectly sets the stage for what happens next.
Let's start with Section 1, the late-night discovery and a false sense of security.
So, to set the scene, it's Saturday, August 22nd at exactly 2:05 a.m. Our subject is doing something we've all done, just sitting alone in bed, clearing out laptop storage and emptying the email app. They totally expected to just find a few half-written work emails from months ago, but instead, they uncover this deeply unsettling reality. Live drafts staring right back at them with that title, Observations from Under the Bed.
And well, the drafts folder didn't just have one or two weird messages, it displayed over 50 unsaved drafts. Now, here is the absolute kicker. Every single one of these 50 messages had been created within the last 3 hours, and the subject hadn't even opened their email client all evening. The math of the situation simply doesn't add up. Actually, scratch that. The math means someone else or something else has been very, very busy.
Moving into Section 2, the surveillance logs, plotting the stalker.
When the subject clicks on the very top draft, timestamped at 1:45 a.m., their stomach absolutely drops. Because you guys, this is no longer just some weird digital glitch. Inside is a clinical, methodical surveillance record. It's a literal bulleted list of everything they had done since midnight, 12:10 a.m., turning off the living room lights, 12:40 a.m., brushing teeth and entering the bedroom, and most terrifyingly, 1:15 a.m., noting exactly when they fell asleep and even on which side. This proves without a shadow of a doubt that an unseen entity had been methodically watching their most private, vulnerable routines for nearly 2 hours. The panic severely intensifies when they open the next draft, timestamped at 1:55 a.m. The entity notes that the subject has woken up and is looking at the laptop screen. But then comes this terrifying revelation. Subject does not know I am typing this from the shadow behind the wardrobe. It doesn't just document that they're awake, it reveals the stalker's immediate, physical location in the exact same room.
Which brings us to Section 3, the active cursor and live digital intrusion.
At this point, the subject's body goes completely numb. They slowly turn their head toward the dark corner near the wardrobe, but the shadows are just too deep to make anything out. Then, suddenly something happens on the screen. A brand new draft automatically pops up at the very top, marked with an active cursor. That means someone is typing a new email right now, letter by agonizing letter, live right before their eyes. And this is exactly what the cursor types out. He is turning around. He is about to look at the wardrobe. He should look down at his keyboard instead. This brilliantly illustrates the stalker's absolute control over the situation. The entity is live typing the subject's exact movements. It's masterfully using the digital interface of the laptop itself to command them, completely redirecting their attention from the presumed safety of the distant shadows directly into their own lap.
Now for Section 4, the physical threat, inescapable proximity.
Following the screen's command, the subject forces their terrified eyes down to the laptop, and right there, resting just beneath the spacebar on the desk surface, they discover two long, gray, impossibly thin fingers sitting silently alongside their own hands on the touchpad. Suddenly, a cold, damp breath brushes against their right cheek, and then they hear it. A sickening, faint, wet click of a keyboard key being pressed right next to them.
That wet click of the keyboard? Yeah. That wasn't just for show. It causes the final draft on the screen to update with this text, "Sent from your bedroom." It's the ultimate, terrifying confirmation of how close this thing really is. The digital threat and the physical threat have now entirely merged into one.
Finally, Section 5, a digital warning, and our main takeaway.
This grim incident serves as a harrowing reminder of our own vulnerability. We so often use our glowing screens as a sort of false shield against the dark, assuming the digital world is totally separate from the physical one around us. So the next time you find yourself endlessly scrolling late at night in a quiet, empty room, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. If you checked your email drafts right now, Would you have the courage to read what they saw you do? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep your eyes open and, maybe keep an eye on your keyboard too.